Hi Dennis. Lisa, can you bounce around the law of attraction with what you're saying? Neither extreme, positive and negative. Thanks, Louisville, sorry. Louisville, sorry Dennis. Louisville, US. I always wonder what it would be like to live in the US. I think Europe is very different from the US, like the mentality. I lived there when I did 6 months at university in California. No jungle, but it must be quite a different mentality. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by thinking about that. So, yes, sure. So on the human level, as you begin to become more sorted, and this can be without awakening or with awakening, as you become more like aware of your feelings and aware of what you want and don't want, then what you can do, or what can happen, it's not really you doing it, but it might feel like you're doing it. What can happen is there can be a focus on getting what you want. So, and focusing on what you want is very pleasant. So right now you can focus on what you want, but it's an energetic experience. So let me focus on what I want. Okay, so I want to express love right now. That's often what happens with me. I want to express love. And it feels so beautiful when I focus on it. It's what I'm doing. It's going to make me cry, maybe. So I want to express love. That's my want. And when you focus on it, it's really beautiful. So that just felt like a huge rush and openness. And ideally, I think balanced humans, this is what you should do, but not in a narcissistic way. So maybe in a more narcissistic way, it's like focusing on what you want beyond anyone else's needs. I mean in a loving way, like in a beautiful way. And it's most probably why narcissists are so successful in our society, because it does work. When you focus on what you want, it does begin to happen. But not out of hatred, because hatred is like focusing on what you don't want. Like, I hate that person, I want to hurt them, or I want bad things for them. And it's actually, that's not what you want. Underneath that, you want love and connection and intimacy. You don't want all these negative things. That, I would say, is more of a personality unbalance. It could be that you're just not aware what you really want, like you want them to be exposed or you want them to be truthful. These are more positive wants. Or you want them to apologize, but sometimes you get stuck on these, like, I hate them, I want them to be suffering. And you'll notice that if you focus, the more that you focus on what you want and that you energetically feel it in your body, you'll get that. No, but you can't fake it. Like, I can't say that, like, you can't fake your wants. So I can't say that one of my big wants is money. Like, energetically, it's not a big want in my body. My want is more focused on other wants. But sometimes I could do with a bit more money. So it would be good if I could focus on that more energetically, but I just can't help it. My energy is just focused on other things. It's more about being creative. Sitting, I like to do some sitting still, expressing love. There's different ones, but it doesn't tend to be that, and you can't fake it. If you're not that, you're not that. you can maybe try to put more attention on it. So say when you're getting a relationship and you want more qualities in a relationship, you can maybe try to put more attention on wanting someone that's spiritual, wanting someone that's more open. But if that's not energetically what you want, and so that means that your feeling body resonates in a positive way when you think about it, then that's just the way it is. That's your karma. But sometimes we have very complicated relationships with what we want. So we don't really know what we want, or we want something and then it quickly is like, you're not allowed it, you can't have it, which I sometimes get. Like sometimes there's things I want and then there's a voice, like an old voice saying you can't have this, or it's not appropriate to have this, like your mom or your dad or something. But ultimately you have to see that there isn't freedom in it, because if you believe there's freedom in that want, so if you believe there's freedom in expressing love, if you can't express love and you think that freedom's in that, then you're going to suffer over it. So the true freedom is non-attachment to the outcome. Is this the one that's identified with what's happening disappears. But then the flow of things is to allow the body to flow towards what it wants and away from what it doesn't want. And it's, in me, I've noticed over the last 7-8 years since that big awakening, is that that's sorted itself out more, and my external life is becoming more in flow with my internal Lisa world. So Lisa, that like what I want is manifesting, and what I don't want is leaving more. Like it begins to match up. I don't know if I make sense. I would go off and I'm like blah, 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 blah. It's confusing when you're a speaker, because you might be really crystal clear, but then some people still don't understand, so they keep asking things around in different ways, and then you can't really tell if you're making sense or anything. So then you sort of go back and try to correct what you've said, but actually maybe you were perfectly clear. It's just that the person's not ready to hear that yet. Hard to tell. But the most important thing in all my like ramblings is to get into the energy of it. Innit, Khaleesi? Going with the flow. Huh?